Bet you guys didn't know I drive by the Bengal Stadium every day when I drive into work. Dak, I drive all around it every day, and I get to look at pretty bridges and stuff. That's the nice part about living in Cincinnati. I work at a company called Epipheo. I'm a creative video strategist here, and I'm going to ask them, some of the people I work with, this question about how do you get past creator's block when you just don't know what to make anymore, you're not sure how to come up with ideas, what to do next. I'm going to ask some of the people I work with here. A lot of them are super creative people. And I got my little guy with me, my son. You going to hang out at Epipheo Daddy today at work? Yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Let's go in.
When it comes to writer's block with writing scripts, I find it's very helpful if I get into the thesaurus and find my own little thesaurus wormhole. Eventually, I'm usually able to overcome my writer's block.
Usually the first thing I'll do is I'll just write, I'll write complete and utter crap until I get a line or two that works. And usually once I have a starting point, I'm pretty good. If I'm just deadlocked, I'll talk to somebody else, what ideas do you have? And usually that's enough to riff off of something. Or sometimes I'll just do something else, I'll go for a walk, or I'll throw darts at a dartboard. Just something that I can think through but be distracted by at the same time.
Usually, and I can't think of any good ideas, I'll just put up bad ideas on a piece of paper and I'll just write down any idea, good idea or bad idea, whatever. And then I'll let that kind of kickstart me to eventually, hopefully, come up with a good idea.
The trick to getting through that is to just keep your hands moving. There's a reason that in Spanish they have one word for to make and to do. Hacer, you have to physically be doing something. You have to keep on moving. Even if it's trash, even if it's something that you're never going to show anybody, you just have to work through it, because if you sit there and stare and get paralyzed by the infinite possibilities of that blank thing that you're looking at, then you will never get through it. It doesn't live up here, it lives here, in what you're actually doing.
So when I get writer's block, I like to step away, kind of let my brain decompress. So usually I eat something and then I come back to it, and if that doesn't solve the problem for me, then I go and I ask somebody else for their input, get a little bit of outside brainstorming help, get the juices flowing, and then I can bust through it.
When I have creator's block, I pretty much don't get anything done until I realize that I have no time left to finish it, and then when it's crunch time, it just always ends up seeming to happen.
I have to do something completely different. So sometimes it's whether it's going to a cafe or just going for a walk, something to completely distract me, even just watching a TV show for an episode or something completely different. I can usually get back in the groove because I'm not thinking about the same thing over and over.
Totally read everything, watch all the things, go to shows, even dog shows. Sing all of your stuff, sing what you're doing, sing things you see, sing a script you wrote. Try to find what the simplest thing it is that you're trying to create or talk about in its simplest form, even one word, and then build from that simple form out. So don't start with a ton of details and all these things. Also, the more requirements you have to do something, the more creative you can be to execute that.
I think for getting over a creative block, the internet's a great tool for that, because I just start looking at different things, like looking in the news or just searching around trying to find anything that I can find. Or a really random thing is typing a string of numbers into Google Images, because then you just get random images that hopefully are sparking things. Or combining opposites, where it's I want to tell a story, I don't know, maybe I'll tell a story about a vegetarian lion or a fish that's allergic to water, or something that is just to help get something stirring and going from there. Just looking at the stuff that inspires you, movies, artists, whatever, just looking through their work. What do you think?
That sometimes works for me.
Yeah.
I mostly have to tough through it.
Yeah.
Right? It's you're dead, you have no creative ideas. Creativity on demand doesn't work, right? So you press through it, you tough through it, you keep on working, and then you come back to it the next day, and hopefully something fresh has happened.
I hope some of their advice was helpful. It was for me. The main thing I do is I just keep an ongoing list of ideas when I have them on my phone on an Evernote whole document, and I just because sometimes I'll have a creative spree, and I'll think a ton of things, so I just like to get all those ideas down when I can, And then when I come up against like, oh, I don't know what to do this week for a video, or I don't know how to do this creatively, I usually go back to that document and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that, you know, and then I'll cross it off my list and go ahead and make it. So that works well for me. Love to hear from you guys in the comments below how you would answer this person's question, how you get past creator's block. If this is your first time hanging out, please subscribe. We do these Q&A videos for you guys every Thursday. Tuesdays we take a look at online video news and what it means for those of us who are video creators. On Wednesdays we do some YouTube tips and ideas for you. And so we'd love to have you guys join us for those next week. Talk to you then. Bye.